here is the storage system I'm gonna build. And then this is what I have. To build the new one, we're gonna need to do a bit of mining. And that's probably the right excuse to get a beacon. So I'm here in the nether fortress, got some blocks. We need to get 3 wither skeleton skulls. Took a few minutes, but we got our first one. And already a second, right after each other. Finally, that took too long. Here's the setup so you can kill the wither. Let's hope I built it right, because if not, then the wither is gonna escape and fly around everywhere. And now we can make a beacon. Now we got the beacon with haste 2. Turns out the beacon wouldn't reach, so it has to be placed down here, which is kind of annoying because we have to dig a hole to the sky now. And here we are. Forgot an iron. For what we need, we just need to go 6 blocks this way and 4 blocks up, just in this entire tunnel, and all 4 of them. So we've dug out the first of 4, and once I get my pickaxe back repaired, it's almost dead, and then we can start mining again. To make the beacon line, looks like we've got to cut through a build here. I can repair this later. And I forgot the iron again. Now we can begin again. Just mapping out the space we need to dig, and we forgot to mine a layer of the top here. We'll come back to that later. I was gonna mine this all later, but it's best to just do it now. It's all equal now, so we can start on the 3rd one. So we're up to the last tunnel here, and the part that worries me about this is you see these cobblestone patches in the wall here. That's because this goes through an underwater cave. That means just out here, it's all water, which is going to be just very annoying to mine through. Since I don't have a sponge, I'm just going to have to be placing blocks and then breaking them to get rid of water. We're finally done with all 4 tunnels, and what's weird about it is that the first one took only around half an hour. Then almost an hour, and then almost an hour and a half. And I think that's mainly just because of the water. Now, we're not done with mining just yet. We need to dig out this center section here. So this was 4 blocks up, everything here. We need to go just 5 blocks. So just an extra layer. Before we move on, we're just gonna do something really quickly. So you see this section here. This is how you get up and down. The original design, which isn't very good, was that you take a soul sand and then you just place it if you want to go up and just mine it if you want to go down. But that never really worked very well. So I thought of a better design. So here we go, here's a new system. So we no longer have the redstone magma soul sands which are at the bottom. We go up. Then now we have trapdoors here. Have them to stop us from just keeping on going. Then if we want to get down, we just walk across this, we fall straight down. So we're gonna set up the framework. So I got a bunch of spruce logs, and we just need to go, so this is where the normal one was, go 1 back, and then just every 8 blocks we'll have a log, and we just do this on both sides and across all 4 tunnels. Also, on a side note, we reached day 1000. So we got all the locations marked, and I'll just show you what one of them is going to look like. So that's what one of the frames is going to look like. I mean, it's not done because we need stairs across here. I just don't have that on me right now, but that's what the main thing is going to look like. So here's the frames for each of the doors, and then this is what the inside one looks like. It's just a bit different, just this being extended out that way, just so we can see the chest more, and it being all lit up just makes it look better. And now we just need to copy this across everything, all of these. So we got all the frames, and I also did a bit more. Got in these stairs across here where the chests are going to be. And now what's next for us is to just build the frames for the center room. So we got the frames on the ceiling here in the center. Now what we're doing, we got a bunch of slabs. We're just going to make the floor. So we got the slabs on the floor, and now we just need to go back in and just place slabs again on top of it, just for variation in the floor. So we're done with the central part, and this is just essentially what it's going to look like for all the tunnels. So we're just going to continue that on everything, hopefully just get it done. Now the floor is done. That didn't take as long as I thought it might, but it's done. Now just the roof needs to be done, which is very similar to the floor. Same sort of style. So the roofs here are done, and I gotta say, it looks really weird without any of the chests or the central section in. It just feels really off. So now that we're done with this, it just leaves the central section before we can place in chests and all that. So we just gotta get that done, and hopefully it won't take too long. So we got this central area done, and we're almost done with everything. We just need to put the chests and the hoppers in, and then we got a working storage system. So here I'm AFKing in my tree farm so I can get the chests and also the hoppers, and later on crafting everything up. And I had everything ready to get the video released on the schedule, but then it turned out that I actually miscalculated, and in fact I needed double the stuff. So that was just a tad annoying. The wood that I needed to get wasn't annoying, it was more the iron farm, because turned out I needed another 20 stacks of iron blocks, and this is my farm. So soon we gotta get just a better farm. That was kind of annoying, but we have everything crafted, his chests, and then the hoppers. This just makes me very excited when I can update to 1.21, because right now I'm just waiting for a few mods to get updated, but then I can just use the auto crafter, and I could have saved so much time. I just checked, and it turns out I miscalculated again, but it's alright. We only need to just double this much, so the hoppers is all fine, so we don't need to go back to that iron farm. I fixed it, we got everything we need, we got the chests and the hoppers. We're just going to do yet another time lapse and place it all in. That was very annoying to do. It took like 2 hours to do, but it's all done. We got the chests in. It looks much better. We also got the hoppers at the back as well. So we got chests here with a bunch of redstone stuff. And then we have this over here, and we need to build this here across everything, the bottom layer and the top layer, on every single hopper. If we look, it's all done, and I was complaining the chests and hoppers took a long time, but that took another 2.5 hours, which wasn't that enjoyable. Now we're over here, we're gonna get ice for the storage system, because right now it's just, we just got a bunch of chests with redstone, so we need to set up all the water streams so we can actually put in items into it. So we got the ice and glass, and we just need to create a track around here that goes through all the hoppers with water. Before we start, I ran into an issue where I couldn't figure out how we could get a water stream going into this tunnel here, because there just wasn't enough space and I didn't want to change it. But then I made up a little design, and I think this works, just having an extra ice block here. I've tested it and nothing has slid through this here, which I was kind of worried about, but so we'll just test it again. So that goes through. Wow. It's a good thing we tested it yet again. So I couldn't fix it. Instead, I just pushed this back a bit, and if you look, you can see a difference, but not really, so it should be fine. We're done. All the water is in. This should all be working. I mean, it's not ready yet, but it should work. During that, I had to get glass twice because I ran out, and I came to my super smelter. And this side has always caused me problems, but then it just caused so much problems, I just shut the whole thing off. So we only got half a super smelter working, so we should probably one day take this down and make a new one. So now I got a bunch of gunpowder and I've renamed it, which is why my levels are so low. And we just gotta not do that. We gotta just take the gunpowder, fill it up in the hopper like that, and do that for every single one. So it's done. If we look, they all got gunpowder in them. They all filled up. And now we're just gonna do a quick test. We're gonna send a torch through the system, make sure it comes back, and we're gonna time how long it is. Well, I forgot to catch it, but as you can see, it's all working. And there were points during that where it went missing, and that's just because the storage system is big and it can't render in everything all the way back there. It's still going, but you just can't see it. So I've made a little design in the test world of what each tunnel is going to hold. The first one, we have nature stuff, that's just wood, stone, ores, dirt, all that type of stuff is going to go in this side. Then in the next one we got redstone, functional, and miscellaneous. The functional just means this tab here, just all of this stuff can just go in there. Then we got colors, just you got concrete, terracotta, dyes, everything will just go in there. And then on this side we just got food, mob drops, and plants. Now with saying that, we're just gonna go down here and assign a space for everything. So we got signs in every tunnel, and now we just need to get the resources that's for the sign and just replace it in the hopper. It is done. As you can see, in all of the tunnels, I've put the placeholders into the hoppers. Not all of them though, because there were some like prismarine, which I just don't have that. And this is one of those things that you expected to be quick, not like majorly quick, but it just took so long for no reason. And another thing is that in most of these, we still have around half of the tunnel left, so which is plenty of space for any new thing that gets added. The only exception to that is this one where we only have the one. Now for the next stage, we're going to be building this, and this is just, we put the stuff in the chest at the top, and then it goes into a dispenser, which just moves it into the water stream. And then we're also building, over here we just have a shulker box unloader, so we put all the shulker boxes in the top, it takes it out of them, and then all the shulker boxes are empty and put in here. So that shulker box unloader I just showed you didn't actually work, so I've got this other design. And the only problem with this one is that the shulker boxes, it's meant to go into a chest that's here, and the hopper is meant to be facing down like that. But the shulker boxes just go into this, which will go into the storage system. But that's fine anyway, because they'll just go into the miscellaneous chest. So just gonna build this one. So I've created the first system. So if we just see, we put some stone here, and then look down, it just gets sent off, which then goes straight into the storage system. I built the shulker box unloader. I'm gonna make sure it works with these two shulker boxes. So we should just be able to place it in. And yep, it's working. And with that, it's all linked up. We need to transfer all of these items into the storage system, and this is just something I've been waiting for so long. just moving these shulker boxes. Look how clean that is. We can just pour all this straight in here. And while this is happening, while we're moving everything, I got a couple blocks, and we're just gonna finish putting in a few details that'll just complete the place. We put lanterns across everything, which just lights everything up, and it's cool just to watch all of the items go through the water streams and get sorted. Now just at the end of each tunnel, I just added a wall just so it doesn't feel strange. And with that shulker box, this half is completely empty, just this half left. I've now built these things on either side just to add a bit of life and color into this. With these last 5, it's all empty. There's nothing in any of these chests, which just feels so weird. We're gonna have to repurpose this place into something else soon. So we just put all of this in here and we just wait. And then once it's done, it's complete. It's stopped, which means it's done. The dispensers aren't doing anymore. I just removed the chests and we will no longer need this place. It was good while it lasted, but it really wasn't. It was really annoying. This down here is so much better. Look, I got the chest from that. I can just put it straight in. Don't have to worry about going all the way over there. Anyways, this has been fun, time consuming, and overall probably worth it. Even if we got more storage than we'll ever need. But anyways, thank you for watching, and if you like this one, you'll probably like this one, where I build a lunar eclipse in this same hardcore world.